Greetings and salutations, brownies. Welcome to another episode of Just Jaz Vlogs. Now, over the weekend, I asked you guys on Twitter in a poll what you guys wanted to see. And an overwhelming amount of you wanted me to tell my ongoing weight loss story and my spout of depression with my bout with depression and how that's ongoing as well. So we will be doing weight loss today, depression story on Friday. I don't really know where to begin with this story. I've always been heavy just because of my dwarfism and lack of movement because of my chair and everything.
When did you properly believe that you need to lose weight?
Well, I mean, it's not when I started thinking I needed to lose weight. It was more of a, I've always been heavy, and I've always been actively continue to maintain a certain weight. Either lose like 10 pounds and maintain it. So it's always been a little bit of a struggle. But it really didn't become a major issue until I hit college. Somewhere in that time, I became extremely depressed. Part of it was because I had a death in the family, and part of it was just extreme depression. And food used to be something that I would just eat, to eat. And then it became comfort. It became my best friend, which is amazing to me because it had never been like that before. I mean, I've always enjoyed eating, but it never became a crutch until college. And I had ballooned up to 135 pounds, and I am 4 inches away from a yard tall. So just imagine 32 inches, 138 pounds. That's morbidly obese for somebody my size. And it wasn't until I went home from on a break and my mom just looked at me. She was trying to be nice about it in the beginning, but she basically said, "What the hell happened to you? Do you know how unhealthy you are? Like, what's going on?" And then of course there were other issues as well. She's like, You look terrible, you ballooned up this size, you smell bad from, other things. She's like, why? So she basically begged me to lose weight. She's like, if you don't lose this weight, you're gonna die. It's not gonna be pretty. And part of it was because, honestly, she's a nurse, and this is what she has to say. And I also personally think my grandmother, her mom, had just died a few months prior. So I think all of that was still fresh in her mind. So this was around Christmas time, January of 2017. I decided to make a conscious effort to start losing weight. The first month I cut out alcohol and started just moving, because I couldn't move very far because of how big I was. So I would just walk back and forth in my apartment and things like that. Next thing, I bought a Fitbit. And I started eating, mornings I would do Slim Fast and a piece of fruit. And then I would take little snacks with me throughout the day. The biggest thing for me was I needed to eat maybe 4 or 5 small meals instead of 1 or 2 gigantic meals, and then not moving. So it was all about just movement and smaller quantities of food. So over the year, between January of 2017 and January of this year, I've lost 50 pounds. I still have about 30 more to go. The good news is I plateaued, which means I haven't gained or lost. The bad news is I still need to lose. And now that I'm busier, it's harder for me to get out and move because of my chair. But when I promised myself that just for this week, I'm going to go up and down the steps more often, like 5 times a day, just for a week, and see what that does for me. I think the thing that scares me the most is emotional eating, and how it became my best friend, and how as I was eating, I didn't really know I was eating, if that makes sense. Like, I knew that I was putting food in my mouth, but I was so happy that, like, I didn't remember stuffing my face, if that makes sense.
So you just weren't weight conscious at all. It was more just the pleasure factor.
Yes, and I had never been like that before. And I think that's what scared me. And then, you know, depression and everything like that, at the end of the day, I just wasn't taking care of myself. I mean, I wish I could give more information than that. It's just, to go from not being an emotional eater to an emotional eater in a matter of years makes me wonder if I had always been depressed and I was just harboring those emotions for so long. So then you go off to college, not many people are watching you, so you can do whatever you want. People aren't going to tell you you're fat unless they're your, like, true friends, and even then, they're not going to tell you. I was in denial as well. It was a tough road in the beginning. I don't mind now. I mean, I just ate a grilled cheese sandwich. But the point is, I'm doing better now, and it's an ongoing thing. I'm happy to say food is no longer an emotional thing for me. I enjoy it, but it's not something I have to do. If anything, now I forget to eat, which is not a good thing either. That's almost just as bad as stuffing your face. And on that note, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below. Tell me your thoughts. If you're overweight and you're having issues and you want to discuss it, let me know. I'm just going to say any eating disorder in general. Comment below. Tell me about it. Tell me your thoughts. And we'll go from there. And with that said, subscribe to the channel. Have a fantastic day and stay blessed. Goodbye.